Hello and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mbarak and I welcome you to another Android Material UI video challenge that we do daily. Today we are going to make this form. It's going to be a form that can collect the data of a profile or anything, and we're going to use the cards to create this form, which is we'll come up with a UI like this one. We'll have a section and a field, for example email and the username and the password, and it's going to be fixed in this card. It will not be shaking like the way we are doing it with the scroll view. And we'll have another card here that can collect another information, another section of information. For example, this is for about the account and this is about the profile, and we'll have this text button like this one, and also the final done button where we can click when you're done. So it's what we're going to do in this video without explaining too much. So I hope you're ready to do it with me. If you are, then let's do it right now. So in the very first place, we're going to open our project. I'll go to the forms and I right click there and I come and say new, and then I say activity, and I'm going to say an empty activity, and I'm going to call it form sign up card. It's going to be a sign up form, so I'm going to call it form sign up card, and then I'll just simply click on finish to create this activity, and you'll have an activity like this one. So go to the layout, and I collapse this so that I should have enough space to work with, and then I click on split that I can see the code and the layout itself, the layout view, the design. So I've already created this layout and I'm going to recreate it as I'm explaining every step. So I'm going to use the relative layout in this time. So I'll remove this constraint layout and keep this one as relative layout, like the way you can see this one. So after making it relative layout, we'll leave the margin to be match parent and height match parent, and then we'll give it orientation. Do we need orientation though? Orientation of vertical. And then after doing that, we'll go ahead and create this up bar. Okay, add this up bar. So come here and give it here. So let me explain all the lines. We're having ID top, it's called toolbar, and you can see it is just nothing but a toolbar. We're having ID top, I've given it a ID top of ID called toolbar, and it's having navigation start with 0dp. If you want to do that, you just press alt and enter to resolve these parts. So we'll have this schema of auto for the apps attributes. Then we have fits in the system window, it is false, and background, it is having purple of 700 variation, and the theme is action bar, and the theme style is just dark.action bar, and then content inserted with the navigation, it is 0dp, and pop-up theme is also up compat light. So that is what by writing these lines you'll be able to achieve this. So after doing that, we'll proceed and do what, and create the nested scroll view. I'll explain everything, don't need to worry, and then I'll make sure that I close it at this point. And then I've got the nested scroll view here. It is having width of match parent, height of match parent, and it is below this toolbar ID of toolbar. Just give this attribute below toolbar, so it will make sure that it is under this ID of toolbar, and it is having clip to padding of false, padding of large, and then scroll bar of none, and then scroll cache of none. Okay, so that's how we'll put our scroll view. After putting the scroll view, we'll go ahead and put now the linear layout. Okay, and this linear layout is going to have orientation of vertical. So I'll make sure that I close this linear layout. It is match parent height and match parent width, and then we'll add another linear layout that is going to have this dot, and at the same time the word account information. This is just an image view, this dot, and the account information is a text. So it's going to be linear layout with orientation of horizontal. Okay, just trying to create that design, and then we close it. Linear layout with orientation of horizontal. So I'll come and give this dot that you can see here. It's going to be an image with width of 10 dp and height 10 dp. You see, that's how I've come up with. Background tint, just make it up like that. So it is just an image view which is having a src of a shape circle. You can get this one from what? From drawables. Okay, you can as well create it, this shape circle, by just writing these pieces of line. Okay, and then you'll have such a dot. Okay, just pause the video and create this layout with this piece of line. Just only this, it's a shape with this piece of line, and then after you give it the tint of red. So we proceed, and then I'm going to add a text, I mean the view that will separate that dot from the text, and then after I'll go ahead and give the text itself. Okay, so we'll have a beautiful thing like this one, account information. Okay, so after doing that, make sure that you give the text like the way I did here. You see, it's just having the appearance of up compact subhead, and the text color is gray of 80. Okay, so after doing that, we'll go ahead now and start putting our card. Okay, and this card is the one that's going to contain the emails and the rest. So I'll copy that card and come and paste it here. After this linear layout of orientation vertical or horizontal, I'll come and put the card. So to create this card, you just write this closing class. This one is what you write. This, you just remove everything and just write card view and then press enter. Then Android Studio will accomplish everything for you. It is having width of match parent, height of wrap content, and is having margin top of spacing middle, and color of white, background color of white, and radius of 1 dp, and this radius is having an up, not Android. Make sure that it's up, not Android. Elevation of 3 dp, and card is compact padding true. Okay, so after we'll go ahead and give the and give the linear layout that is going to contain these views. You know, a card is supposed to have only one child, so we have to put a linear layout that can support multiple children. So inside that card, you give a linear layout with match parent and height of wrap content and orientation vertical. And then after, I'll go ahead and give the email. So you have to pause this video as you write also. So I give this edit text with a style of a flat gray. We already defined this style. You can define it in your styles file by just simply writing this one. Okay, and then I give it a flat gray style, and this dimension already define it, the height, spacing XXL, and then we give the hint as email, and mean height as XML large, and then also the padding right as padding large. So by doing like that, we'll have such a beautiful email field. So let's go ahead and give another view that's going to separate that email from another field. So that's a view, you can see it. So after, I'll go ahead and give another field. It's going to be having username. Okay, so you can see the attributes is just like those ones of email, the one that I did with email. So after, I'll give a view that is going to separate. Okay, and then after, I'll have to give the edit text that's going to have the password. Okay, then we'll have such a beautiful UI. So that is our first section of the UI that we're creating. So you can see the attribute. Just pause the video and look at the attributes. I've already explained them, but in case you want to look at them again, you can just pause the video and look at the attribute again. Then after doing that, we have to go to the next card. It's going to be just a card view, a linear layout. So you have to make sure that it is outside the card view, but within the linear layout. Okay, I'll close it. The attributes, you can see them. I don't want to repeat them. Then I'll have to put again the other image. I've already explained it, of a dot. I'll go ahead and put the view that will separate this dot from a text view. Just press here Alt and Enter, and everything will be okay. And then after, I'll go ahead and give the text view. So after doing that, we'll have that beautiful thing that you see here, profile information. This account information, this is profile information. So after doing that, let's go ahead and now put this view, this linear layout. So after this card, we're going to put another linear layout. After this we're going to put first the card before we put the linear layout. Okay, it's going to be the card after this bottom information. So it will be immediately here after this horizontal of linear layout, and then make sure that you close this card. You can look at the card attributes. It's just like those of the first one. You can just even duplicate the first and just go ahead and modify the text. So I'll give the linear layout and make sure that I close it, and then within that linear layout, I will start putting the edit text. As you can see, which is having full name. So you can look at the information, and then after that, I'll go ahead and give the view. And after that, I'll go ahead and give another edit text of the edge. So this edge, since it is supposed to be maybe like edge range, so you can make it you can make it not selectable, and you can give this drop down icon. I see drop down for selection of the edge. Okay, after doing that, we go ahead and give the gender. So you give a view that will separate the two. So it will come here down. Just pause the video and look at my source code if you want to. And then lastly, we'll give the this gender. I already have this down icon, only that they don't have same naming in this project. And then after, I'll go ahead and give this last view that is having the bottom line of the gender. So that's it. Okay, then we'll finish by putting this very last one. Okay, like already user, do you want to sign in? So that's going to be a linear layout. I'm going to copy it all and then I'll explain it. Copy it all and then come after our card view and I'll put it here. I'm going to explain it. So if I expand it, it is just like a linear layout with orientation of horizontal and the gravity of center. It is having a text view which is saying the word already have an account, or you already have an account, then there's a question mark, and this text is in is in gray 60, and then I put a question mark and then I make another text. Since they're in horizontal, then this one will be next to the other, and this text I give it a appearance and the color of primary color, and I make it bold. Okay, appearance of subhead, it's also a subhead, and then this will tell the user's brain to be like the user can click on it to make it kind of clickable. So here it's when I can add the listener, like if the user clicks on it, I open the login form. So this is the registration form. So if the user clicks here, I can open the login form. So by doing that, we'll have created our beautiful UI. So I'll go ahead and before I run it, let's first run it, and then we'll see how we finish the remaining parts by putting these subheads and the rest. I mean the toolbars and the rest. So to do that, I'll just simply come to the back end, copy this name, and I'm going to go to our form home, which is here, and I click here, press Ctrl and click here to go to the main part, the front end. So I'll come and rename this one to form. Okay, I'll first change the name. I'll call it sign up card form instead of sign up card activity. Okay, so here I'll come and get the name here. Here it should be maybe open sign up card form. This is just a function that I want to be called when the user clicks. So this one's open sign up card form. Okay, so I'll just press Alt and enter, and then say create, and then in this form is where I'm going to put the logic of opening that form. So I'll just copy this and I make sure that I change this one to form card activity. Okay, dot class. So that one that will open for us the form. I'll close this layout, close this layout. Oh, did we change the name though? I hope so. So that's our form. That's our form, I think. Only thing that we have not put is the back button. Okay, so let us run the project and you see what we've come up with. So I'll simply click on forms, and then I click on sign up card form, and then we'll have that beautiful form. So the only thing is for you to put this back button. I'll leave that as for you. And also, you see, you have to make this let me show you the original one that I did. You have to implement this back button. Okay, I already showed you in the other videos, so go and look around and see how you can implement this back button. And in case, okay, this back button, and also if you want, you can implement this menu. Okay, so that one is going to be just a task for you. Only that maybe this button, I'm also going to do it for you. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can put this fab button. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to do that also. This like when I click here, I should get this dialog. That's going to be your task also, because I already did them in the previous videos. So give yourself a challenge. When I click here, I should see the dialog that will give me a gender, and when I click on this one, I should see a dialog that will give me a range of dates of ages, and if I select that, it will update the one behind it. Okay, so that's going to be a challenge for you. You'll have to implement this back button and this menu, and then you'll have to implement this field. When I click there, I should get this dialog, okay, of ranges. That's what we're going to do as a challenge for you. Don't just ignore it, but do it. Okay, you have to do it. If you ignore it, then you're cheating your own self. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how we are going to put this button. Okay, the erase button. Okay, so let's do that. So to do that button, you just floating button. That floating button, you put it after the what? The next scroll view. It must be inside the what? The relative layout. So I'll copy it and I'll extend everything in the project. So I'll come here to the code, and then I'm going to put the erase button. It should be at the end after the nested scroll view. and we'll have our button there. Of course it will appear when we run the project. Okay, it is just a floating button and it's having these attributes. So it's where you can listen to and see if the user has clicked on it and then start submitting your form. I'll press Alt and Enter. So I'll change this one to App Compat SRC and change this one to what? To Android. Okay, then we'll have the tick. So that's it. So let me run the project the last time and then our button should be there. So if you come to forms, sign up card form, and then we'll have something like that. So you have to change also the icon tint to white so that it should match with the what? With the color. Okay, so here you have to put the logic, like when I click on this icon, it should be what? It should be submitting this form. And also when I click on this text, it should take me to the what? To the sign in form. And also the task that I leave with you is that when I click on this gender, it should show me the dialog box for the gender, so that I should select the gender. And when I click on this age, it should show me the age range. That is those are the few tasks that I leave with you. And also the back button should also be implemented. If possible, also change this color in the toolbar here. Okay, this up bar, how is it called it? This section on top here, you have to change also its color. Okay, so those are the tasks that I leave with you. Please don't just ignore them, but go ahead and do the tasks, so that you should also be progressing, not all the time to copy and paste, but trying to put your head at a challenge and do something. So with that much said, we'll not go beyond here for today's video. Just pause it and then do the tasks that I've given you, and after finishing, then we meet in the next in the next video, where we're going to look at more interesting forms, and I hope you'll not miss. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.